Okay, this is question UPS 2005-2006. Number 1. A bus moving with initial speed of 20 meter per second decelerate at constant rate of 3 meter per second. Calculate the distance travelled by the bus before it stopped. So here I've already changed in terms of diagram. So as you can see here that the bus initially moved with initial velocity of 20 meter per second and then experience decelerate of 3 meter per second. Remember that decelerate sign is -3. And then finally at certain distance the bus stop. So velocity final for bus is 0 meter per second. So the question asks you to determine the calculate distance travel by the bus before it stopped. So the information given here is we have U, we have V and A, then want to determine S. So suitable equation of linear motion is V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. Okay, so V is equal to 0, U is 20, power of 2 plus 2, A is -3, and then S, you want to determine S. So S is equal to 66.67 meter. So next question is question number 1B. A stone is thrown upward from the roof of the building with velocity of 15 meter per second. So this is U. Next, at angle of 30 degree to the horizontal, the height of the building given by 40 meter, calculate the maximum height of the stone from the ground. So here the diagram show that the U is launched from 30 degree above the horizontal x-axis, above the x-axis. So when the ball is released from this position, is that the height of the building. So this is we call as reference point. Okay, reference point ni you kena lukis, kena tulis sebab dia adalah kita nak tahu arah dia pergi mana untuk displacement. Okay, so U here is 15 meter per second, and then we can resolve it into two component, which are component Y and component X. Depends on what the question asks you to determine. So first is maximum height of the stone. So hint at the maximum height is Vy is equal to 0. Okay, so you have to use Vy 0 ms -1, and then you have Uy is 15. Okay, 15 Uy. Okay, Uy is U pergi ke komponen Y, tak ada angle, is it? So Uy means that kita akan guna sin theta. Okay, 15 sin 30. Okay, next is Sy. Okay, and then we have G. G always 9.81, the direction is downward. So we have complete all four item included, 4 item to include in our equation. So equation kita boleh pilih Vy square is equal to Uy square plus 2, kita guna negatif terus lah. Okay, negative 2G Sy. Okay, so Vy is 0, Uy is 15 sin 30 power of 2, and then minus 2G is 9.81 and Sy. Okay, Sy we calculate, we will get 2.87 meter. Okay, so 2.87 meter actually is come from reference point to this high maximum. Okay, this is SY, but the question asks we to determine the maximum height from the ground. From the ground. So means you have to determine the position from this height towards ground. So apa yang you perlu tambah untuk dapatkan height yang color kuning ni? Saya dapatkan nilai barulah H. H, the yellow one. Okay. From this position until ground, I denote sebagai H. So H is equal to 40 meter, means that height of the building plus width SY, the height that you get from reference point to the maximum height. So 42.87 meter. Okay, so next, the magnitude of the velocity of the stone just before strike the ground. So on the diagram here, the started point is this one and the end point is here. What the hint from the started point to the end point? So hint yang kita ada di sini adalah bila you start dekat sini and then you end dekat sini, any information yang you nak cari dekat sini you boleh gantikan SY is equal to negative 40 meter. You nak cari masa dekat sini, you gantikan SY negative 40. Okay, so starting you and end point is here V. Nak cari VY, make sure you gantikan SY negative 40 sebab ini adalah hint dia. Hint di mana bila position bola daripada A to B, so dekat B ni dia punya displacement adalah negative 40. Okay, sebab sampai atas ni dia akan jadi positive SY. Daripada position maximum until this position dia akan jadi negative SY. So dekat sini SY kita kosong. And then kita nak cari di bawah ni, kat sini. So yang tinggal adalah height of the building, tapi dia duduk di bawah reference point. So bila duduk di bawah reference point, below reference point, maka nilai SY pun negative 40 meter. Okay, so kita nak cari apa? Kita nak cari V. Okay, so kena cari dulu Vx. Okay, Vx. Remember that Vx in this case, projectile motion, Vx always equal to Ux at any position. So Ux kita adalah 15 cos 30. Macam mana boleh dapat? Ni U ni. Okay, ni tak ada angle. Saya look angle. Okay, so you go to component X, ada angle? Yes, ada angle. So kita akan guna cos lah. U means 15 cos 30. So dapat berapa? So we get 12.99. So kita bolehlah assume as 13. Okay, 13 ms negative 1. Okay, so now we want to determine Vy. Kita ada G and then kita ada Uy. Uy is 15 sin 30 and then you ada apa lagi? You ada SY, gantikan dengan negative 40 meter. Okay, so what formula that is okay? So Vy square is equal to Uy square minus 2G SY. Okay, so gantikan Uy is equal to 15 sin 30 power of 2 means 7.5 power of 2 minus with 2. G is 9.81 and SY negative 40. Yang ini saya dah ganti siap-siap, saya dah tekan 15 sin 30 dapat 7.5. Okay, so you akan dapat Vy is equal to 29. Okay, you dapat 29 meter per second. So here we have Vx is 13 meter per second, and then we have Vy 29 meter per second. Remember that bila disebut pasal velocity dalam case yang projectile motion, maka you punya velocity dekat hujung ni, okay, before strike the ground ni, okay, saya lukis macam ni lah. Okay, dia mesti melibatkan dua komponen which are Vx and Vy. Baru awak boleh cari nilai V ni. So sekarang kita nak cari V ni macam mana? Sebab kita dah ada Vx, kita dah ada Vy. So nak cari dia, kita guna resultant of V lah. Okay, V sama dengan Vx power of 2 plus Vy power of 2. So then square root kan. Okay, substitute lah. Substitute the value. Okay, 13 power of 2 plus 29 power of 2. Then we get the answer is 31.78 ms negative 1. So this is value for V.